everyone, how are you all doing? I hope you are well. How am I, you ask? Well, I recently got my hair done and I'm so excited about it. I know it's not a massive change. I know if you look back on some of my other videos, you might be able to tell the difference, but I got a bit of a balayage done and I'm in love with it. I got my hair done at Lone & Co. by Anita. She colored my hair and she did a fantastic job. I'm even thinking about going back maybe closer to my birthday in July and getting it even lighter, but this was a perfect step for me. If any of you guys are thinking about doing a balayage, I would highly recommend trying out just like a little bit of a baby step, going a little lighter than your hair color, and then you can build it up from there because it's a lot easier to go gradually lighter than it is to kind of backtrack. Also, if you live in Toronto and you're looking for a really great place to get your hair cut and styled, I would highly recommend going to Lone & Co. It's on Queen East and I've been going there since I moved to Toronto. I used to get my hair cut by my really great friend Shane. Some of you guys might remember him from way back when I lived in Newfoundland and my old vlogs back then. But because I no longer live in Newfoundland, I had to search out a new hairstylist. And guys, that's kind of scary, especially when you trust your hair with someone for so long. Finding someone else is really, really hard. So I found Lone & Co. and I haven't left. Anyway, I can't rave about them enough, and Anita is fantastic, so check them out. So because I got my hair done and I'm all excited about it, I decided to do an updated video on how I curl my hair with a straightener. The last time I did it, I had really short hair and the video was so much fun, and my hair has grown out quite a bit since then. The last time you saw it, I think I just gotten it cut short for the first time, so it is maybe like this much longer, and I think it would be helpful to show you guys how I curl my hair now with a straightener. I'm using the exact same one. I think I bought this a couple years ago at Marshall's for $35. It's full of hairspray and it's a wonderful, wonderful one. So I'm going to be using the exact same tools, but I'm changing up the products. I'm going to show you the products that I use most often now because I get a lot of questions about the products I use on my hair. So I'm excited to show you that. And I'm also going to show you how I curl my hair for this length of hair. It's a little bit different from when I used short hair. When I had short hair, I waved it underneath, so I'll show you how I do this one. So the first thing I do is part my hair off into sections. I only use 2 sections, but if you have really, really, really thick hair, I would suggest doing maybe 3 or 4. Really depends, and it also depends on how curly you want your hair. So I'm just going to leave about this much down, and I'm going to curl the bottom layer first. I know in my original straightener curl video, I waved the bottom layer. So I moved the straightener back and forth and created more of a wave. That's really great if you have shorter hair because the hair underneath is actually shorter than the hair on top, so it doesn't disappear, and it also doesn't create a weird volume where it'll come out kind of like a triangular shape. But when your hair is longer, I really like to have that extra volume and curl on the bottom. So I'm going to start by taking this first section of hair and then taking the straightener, I'm going to clamp it on there, and I'm going to twist it twice going down. That will make sure that it curls enough, and I'm going to move it all the way down. And then you have quite a nice light curl. It's not too tight, but this is going to fall really, really nicely. So I'll show you another one before we go into hyper speed here, and you can see me curl all of the hairs. Because I don't think in the last video you got to see me curl it all. So 1 and then 2. Yeah, voila! It's so easy. Guys, I didn't know how to curl my hair with a straightener for so long, and after my hairstylist showed me how to do it, I practiced once and took my time, and then after that it was a breeze. It's super easy for me now. So one more time, clamp, and then you go twist, and I move down a little bit, and I twist again and move it down the rest of the way. Voila! So I'm just gonna curl the rest of this layer. I'm gonna show it to you in like super fast motion and then we'll do the top layer. Okay, here we go. Oh, and a little tip, when you get halfway through your hair, switch it around so it's curling away the other way. That's just how I like to do it because then the hair from your face kind of goes outwards. I get a little bit more volume, and also it's going away from your face and framing it nicely. It's a little tip. So from here on out, about here, I'm going to be curling the other way. my hair's longer than I thought it was. La. So that's the first layer done. I'm going to spray it really lightly. Oh, I missed a little bit. Look, I missed this little bugger. Okay, 1 minute. Let me get that guy. This guy also reminded me that you can also take different size pieces. If you want your hair to look, you know, a little more natural, if you take different size pieces to curl, it's going to make it look a little bit more like you woke up that way. So I'm just going to spray it lightly with some hairspray now, but I'm not going to comb through it yet with my fingers and pull these apart just because I want them to sit a little bit. I want to make sure it all cools down before I kind of mess it up a little bit. And the hairspray I'm using is still a John Frieda hairspray. I've been using this for like over a year now. I really like this stuff, and this is firm hold. Sometimes I'll use the light hold, depends on how I'm feeling that day. So I'm just going to spray it really lightly. I don't want too much on there, and to be honest with you, I don't always spray the bottom layer. It really depends on what I'm going for and how light I want my curls, but yeah. There you go. Okay, now to take down the top layer. Woo! So I just kind of parted my hair really quick. It's not perfect, but it will do. And oh, I'm so obsessed with the color of my hair. I love it so much. I'm excited to go a little bit lighter this summer. We shall see. My goodness, what would Chelsi Madonna look like as a blonde? Who knows? So starting with the front piece again, I'm going to do the exact same thing, but this time I might use 3 twists of the straightener instead of 2, just because these top layers are so much longer. So I'm going to take a small piece at the front. You don't want it too small, but not too huge either, because I like to have the curls at the front a little bit more defined. So using the same technique, I'm going to take the straightener at the top, but this time I'm going to flip the hair over just because it's a lot longer. And we're going to twist it as we go down, once or twice. And I like to rotate my hand a little bit as it goes down as well. It makes such a pretty curl. I love it. So another little tip that I've learned throughout the year is to slightly rotate your hand as you go down as well. You don't always need to, but it kind of helps guide the curl a little bit. If you guys have any other questions about curling your hair with a straightener or any hair questions in general, you can ask me in the comments down below. I'll try and help out as much as I can. I'm kind of a rookie when it comes to hair sometimes. It's not my forte, but I really do enjoy it, and I try and ask as many hairstylists as possible, as many questions as I can every time I go out and like meet somebody or get my hair done. Just so then if I'm faced with a question you guys want to know, I'll know the answer. So again, we're going to start at the top, twist over, and then we're going to rotate down, and you can see my hand is just kind of twisting lightly. Yeah, easy peasy. Okay, cool. One more, and we'll do another fast motion. I would also recommend using a heat spray. I don't actually have one that I really like at the moment. I'm looking for a good one, so if you have any suggestions, I would love to know what you're using. So take the straightener, wrap, and then curl downwards, pulling away from yourself and rotating your hand. Voila! Yay! All right, let's go into fast motion. Alright, we're back to the very last piece again, and I have one more little tip that I realized I should probably tell you guys. When you're curling, make sure you curl and point the direction of the straightener straight down, because that's also going to determine the direction your hair goes. So the end of your hair doesn't flip out and it's more likely to go straight down. You'll know what I mean if you ever accidentally curl out this way, because your hair, especially over the course of a couple days, will start to kind of like flip out a little bit. I know mine does anyway, so just a little something to keep in mind. So let's just do this last little piece. And down. Yeah. So as you can see now, I have a lot of really tight curls. I'm going to put a little bit of hairspray in this, but first I'm just going to show you, I have a couple little curly pieces. I have a cowlick right here. I have some pieces that kind of dried funny right here. So what I like to do, I like to lightly go over them with the straightener, but not for very long. You know, I don't like putting a whole lot of heat on my hair, especially now that I have it lightened a little bit in a balayage. And I rarely ever use a hairdryer. I try and let my hair dry naturally as often as possible. Also, the purpose of this hairstyle is an everyday curl, so once you curl it once, it should last you 2 or 3 days. And the less often you wash your hair, the better it's gonna be. I like to wash my hair maybe 2 times a week, maybe 3 times a week. More often it'll be 2. And that way my hair stays much more healthy, it grows faster, and it's just a lot nicer. So if you want curls that are going to last you a couple of days, this should do it. You might have to touch it up, although I never ever do. I find the more they fall, the more natural it looks. And see, even just straightening that little piece there made such a big difference with the whole look of my hair. It makes it look a little bit more put together. Now, before I add any more product, I'm just going to quickly comb through my curls with my fingers. This is always my favorite part because I find you get the like true look of the hair and it starts to get all like full of volume. I mean, look at that. That's a huge difference, like this side compared to this side. It's awesome. I love it. In my last video, I believe I touched up pieces as well. Like I would go back over and curl a couple little pieces. That's really great when you have short hair because it can be a little more noticeable if you miss a piece or if something's just not curling right. But I find that now my hair is more of a medium, almost a long length. It's not so obvious, so I never go back over and recurl any sections. A lot less maintenance. Now, to help with the volume, I like to make sure that my volume lasts all day. Right now it has a fair amount of volume in it, and that's just coming from curling it with the straightener. But I want it to be a little bit more, and I want it to last. So I'm going to be using the Marc Anthony Grow Long Volumizing Texture Spray. Love this line. I'm obsessed with these products. I actually went to the launch of these products for the Oscars and it was fantastic. They smell incredible too. So how I like to add texture spray, I take a section of my hair and kind of fan it out a bit and then spray it through as my hair falls. And that makes sure the spray gets added within the layers and then you can kind of zhuzh it up a bit. So I'm just going to spray it like that. I'll do it a couple times. And that makes such a big difference. Oh, it smells so good. And then with the other side as well, and all around the back. And then sometimes, if I'm really getting into it, I'll flip my hair upside down and add a bit of spray. And make sure to just incorporate that spray a little bit and it will help, you know, create that texture. And look at the volume. It's incredible. I love it. It's going to fall a little bit throughout the day, but it will still look a little bit more natural, so that's awesome. Now, I want to try something. I actually have never tried this before. It was just sent to me, and I was like, you know what? Let's give it a whirl, and I'll do like a mini in-time review for you guys. So this is the Wen Mandarin Italian Fig Restorative Texturizing Treatment Spray. It's a little bit different. This spray is a lot more wet than the other one. I wanted to make sure I added this spray, especially to show you guys how much volume this gives. But this one I think I'm going to add, you know, midway through my hair and down just to give it a little bit more texture on the bottom. I'm going to see what it does. I'll let you know how I feel about it. So let's go. I'm just going to do the same thing, but I'm going to focus it on the bottoms. Oh yeah, it's a lot more wet. Ooh, but it feels really good. You know what, guys? 1 second. Contemplating. I like the texture that gives. That clearly gives you more manipulation with the texture of your hair. The way it dries, it feels a little bit more like a sea salt spray, but not quite as harsh. I'm gonna have to try that out a little bit more, but if you like something that's a little bit more natural and isn't so dry, that might be a good option for any of you. And the next product I'm going to use, this is something I use all the time, is an oil. I always put oils in my hair. I find it helps my hair stay healthy and it helps the ends, like it helps to prevent any split ends and just helps my hair grow a lot faster. And this is the TO112 serum. This is the lime clove for normal hair. I love this stuff. It's fantastic. It's a Toronto company if anybody's interested, but you really don't need much of this. Just a little dime size will go a long way, and this will get rid of any frizzies. I put a little bit on the top and a little bit through the bottom. Yeah, that Wen stuff really added a lot of like I can feel the texture in my hair, you know? It might not be something I would use all the time, but if I wanted to really manipulate my hair, it's probably something I would use more often. What I love about hair oils too is that it helps any flyaways. It makes sure that like any little pieces that are sticking up everywhere, and I have a lot of them, a lot of little baby hairs, make sure that they stay in place and don't get too out of whack. Although I do have this like couple little hairs right in the front that are always like sticking straight up like this. Does anyone else have that? Did I just put the loser sign on my forehead? Okay, and that's it. And to finish it off, I'm just going to add a little bit more hairspray again. And again, not too much. You don't need a whole lot, but just enough to hold it into place. Make sure it still moves. I remember my mom back in the 90s, she used to put so much hairspray in her hair that it would just like stay in one place all day long and not move. Like, we had a budgie bird, and the budgie bird could land on her hair and it wouldn't move. I also want to let you guys know that if you want your hair to last a little longer in the curl it on a second day. It's also going to give you a little bit more of a tight curl. I literally like just washed my hair, and so the curls are a little bit more loose, which is great for me. I find it looks more natural, but sometimes if I want the curls to last extra long and I want them to turn out really defined, I curl them on second day. So that's another little tip. I hope that helps. Oh, also, I want to show you guys some of the Marc Anthony products that came in today because they're really cool and they smell like vacation. So if you want your hair to smell like vacation, these are the ones for you. Okay, let me show you. So Marc Anthony sent these to me this morning, and I got to try out the shampoo in the shower. And this is the Coconut Cream Curls Sulfate-Free Shampoo, and it has avocado oil in it. So it's extra rich formula, hydrates, defines, and defrizzes, adds shine, and protects color. So this is awesome for the color I just got in my hair and for moisturizing my hair at the moment. So they're both coconut cream. I have the shampoo and the conditioner. Speaking of which, I really want to smell this again. It smells like really, really good coconut. You know how sometimes they're like sickly coconut? Oh my god. This is incredible. Amazing. Thank you, Marc Anthony, for sending these along. They're wonderful. Cool. So that is everything. Every time you see me with curly hair, that is how I do it. I hope this tutorial helped. I hope there were a couple little tips in there that you can use. And yeah, it was really nice to show you guys an updated, straightener curl tutorial, just because the first time I did it, I was maybe curling my hair for a week with a straightener. I've been doing it for over a year now, so I feel super comfy with it. And yeah, I feel like I've learned a couple things along the way. Anyway, guys, I'm gonna let you go, but if you really like this video, be sure to click that shiny red subscribe button. It won't bite. And even more so, if you are one of my amazing subscribers, click that little bell button, and if you do, comment down below, ding ding. I want to see how many of you guys have your notifications turned on, because it'd be really awesome. And I know some of you aren't getting all of my videos in your subscription box, and that really sucks. It'd be awesome for the both of us if you guys actually saw the videos and watched them when you wanted to. Anyway, I'm excited to see all the ding dings down in the comment, and yeah, I will see you in my next tutorial. I hope you're having an amazing week, and I'll see you very soon. Bye! Yay! Okay, cool. Now what? I haven't filmed a tutorial in so long, I don't know what to do with myself now. I guess clean up. Ooh, and my tea, which is probably full of hairspray. Let's be real.